Welcome to the signing of this peace pledge by political players. His Excellency, the Republican President, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, the Commonwealth Secretary General, Right Honourable Patricia Scotland, the UNDP Residence Coordinator, Dr. Gomba Magadio, Your Excellencies joining this conference virtually, presidents of political parties present here today, leaders of Church Mother Bodies and ZCID board members present, members of the Coalition for Peaceful Election Technical Committee, Commonwealth team and United Nations team, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. The Church Mother Bodies, specifically the Council of Churches in Zambia-CCZ, the Evangelical Fellowship of Zambia-EFZ, and the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops-ZCCB, have been working together to try and promote dialogue and reconciliation among the political players in Zambia since 2016. Although at that time our efforts did not yield the desired results, we never lost hope. As a church, we continue to believe and trust that with the help of our Lord Jesus Christ, we will one day succeed in changing the political landscape in Zambia for the better. I know that all of us are trying very hard to achieve the Zambia we want, but we are all dragged backwards due to political inspired violence and other undemocratic tendencies that create tension. And I'm sure all of us today in Zambia would like to see political harmony where all players are free to fully participate in promoting the multi-party democratic nature of our country. Before I go any further in my welcoming remarks, allow me to appreciate the vital intervention, facilitation, and resource provision of the Commonwealth and the United Nations. My dear friends, your commitment to this noble cause is highly noted and appreciated. Kudos to Kofi Sawyer and his team at Commonwealth that worked tirelessly to bring all of us who love and cherish peace back to the same dialogue table. What is going on, and why has the Church Mother Bodies continued to be interested in promoting national dialogue and reconciliation? As the church said at the launch of this coalition, there are still outstanding issues that are preventing us from reaching our goal of non-violence in the political arena. These issues keep reoccurring every day, especially during elections. Unfortunately, we as a country have not seriously taken steps to deal with them once and for all. Here are some of the issues. Firstly, continued political motivated violence. Many people have been calling upon political leaders to condemn violence as a sign of showing that they abhor violence. As a church, we think and believe that mere condemnation of violence is not enough. We should do more than just condemning violence, which in most cases changes nothing. We should actually seek the root causes of this violence and plan to have lasting solutions that will prevent our children from being killed as a result of political violence. We strongly believe that if the police are left to do their job, which they are trained for, without interference, the electoral violence we see today will be minimized and at least culprits be brought to book. Secondly, Public Order Act and the rule of law. As a church, we believe that the Public Order Act should be a law that protects people's rights to assemble, associate, speech without breaking the rights or freedoms of others. If this is done, keeping law and order will be easy. However, we have been experiencing situations where the Public Order Act has continued to be applied in a way that undermines the freedoms of assembly. As a result, civic space has been shrinking. The shrinking civic space contributes to the tension and sometimes the violence that we see alive in the country today. Thirdly, elections amidst the COVID-19. It is becoming increasingly challenging to carry out campaigns in the situation of COVID-19. We as a church want to see all our children who are participating in this election to be treated fairly. Measures put in place for political parties to follow during this period must be adhered to by all. Allowing other political parties to overlook the very protocol government has put in place creates unfairness and raises tension. As we sign our pledge today, let us hold fairness as a value. The great son of Africa, Dr. Kaunda, always repeated that do unto others as you would like them do unto you. For sure, no one will pay attention to you when in need if you never paid attention to them. Fourthly, our involvement in this peace initiative. As we earnestly continue our preparations for the general election in August 2021, we are reminded by St. Paul of the love of Christ in 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 14. We have joined hands once again with ZCID and the larger coalition organizations that aspire for free, fair, credible, and peaceful elections in Zambia. As the church always says, and I will say it again, every election is a moment of grace and an opportunity for self-appraisal as a nation and as individuals, especially those that will offer themselves to be elected. It is not only about elections of political leaders, but it's an opportunity and time to review our past economic, political, social, and governance performance in order to prepare for better political choices that will help to achieve the building of Zambia, the Zambia we want. Furthermore, we believe that an election ought to be a time of celebrating our democratic independence and a sense of unity as opposed to acrimony, division, and violence. From 2016, the Church Mother Bodies set its eyes on the desire for conversion of hearts and minds, leading to a united, reconciled, and peaceful Zambia, where all citizens freely participate in governance with a thriving social and economic environment. This is the Zambia we want. And so in this peace initiative, we would like to see a peaceful, united, and democratic Zambia where there is political tolerance, respect for diversity, gender, equality, and protection of fundamental rights and freedoms for all. This will lead us to our desire. Fifthly, direct appeal to political players and the people of Zambia. Let me end by making this direct call to the President of Zambia. Your Excellency, facilitating free, fair, credible, and peaceful election lies on your shoulders. The institutions that Zambia has established to help you achieve this goal must be allowed to do their job in the best way they can, according to the Electoral Code of Conduct and the Electoral Process Act. You have said this same thing, especially to the police, many times, but we see no action. Violence will only be quenched if the men and women in uniform are facilitated to enforce that which they know best. I'm saying this because I was nearly a victim of violence myself. As I drove down one of our roads in Lusaka, I met a busload of cadres armed with pangas heading in the same direction I was going. This was a frightening experience, I must say. I also would like to directly call on the PF and the UPND to fully begin to dismantle the walls of mistrust, violent rivalry. Let us use the opportunity to turn a new page, embracing dialogue, so that together with all the other political parties, you will help us move towards an election that is credible, guided by the free will of the voters. To you, my dear voters, be part of this peace journey that the coalition has begun, and you can help by spreading the message of peace wherever you are. On the 1st of July, during a launch of this coalition, the church spoke directly to the youths. I want to repeat the powerful message to you, youths. The church is aware that you have armed yourselves with pangas and all manner of offensive weapons. For the sake of peace and unity in our beloved country, we call upon you to surrender all weapons to the Zambia police. There's no need to plan war on your fellow brother or sister. Participating in electoral process peacefully is your right to do. Let us all use this time, having reflected on the life of Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda, to renounce all manner of violence, hate speech, seek God's forgiveness. The Church Mother Bodies, that is the Council of Churches in Zambia-CCZ, the Evangelical Fellowship of Zambia-EFZ, and the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops-ZCCB remain available and committed to foster peace in the nation, not only through prayers, but also promoting deliberate initiatives aimed at genuine dialogue among all political stakeholders. The signing of this peace pledge today should help each one of us to hold each other accountable. Those who control commanders, rather than the ones in the police and the military, should work towards dismantling such structures. They are a source of electoral and political violence. May God bless you and bless this peace initiative and guide it till the end. I thank you.